Now, any poll to try to establish the greatest rock song of all time, certainly the greatest rap song of all time, is bound to include "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised." The man who made that song, Gil Scott-Heron, has been largely absent from public view for years, so much so that many believed he was dead. But he's not. And in February, the man who invented rap releases a new album, his first in 15 years. What happened in the missing years intrigued our culture correspondent, Stephen Smith.
Been down in New York City, brother, and that ain't no place to be down. Yeah, I'm looking at the face of the children. You see, we're looking for a higher ground, and you can't name where we ain't been down, 'cause there ain't no place we ain't been down.
He was called the inventor of rap, the Black Bob Dylan. Songs about racism and poverty, hard-hitting yet melodic, climbed the charts in Britain and America. But then the records dried up. You never seem to hear about concerts anymore. There were stories of drugs and jail. Whatever happened to Gil Scott-Heron?
Well, Gil Scott-Heron has arrived from America, an admirably uncompromising performer he is too. He's brought with him a 7-piece band for a week's tour here, and he's come into the studio to play for us tonight. Johannesburg is the title of the first number from Gil Scott-Heron.
This funky wake-up call about events in apartheid South Africa came out a decade before Free Nelson Mandela was a hit for a British band.
He's a kind of Bob Dylan, John Lennon, Bob Marley, all mixed up.
Yes, I hate it when the blood starts flowing, but I'm glad to see resistance growing.
I think he's a better singer than Bob Dylan.
A few nights ago, Newsnight finally tracked Gil Scott-Heron down to a supper club in New York City. That familiar spare figure loped on stage barely 3/4 of an hour late.
Yeah, for those of you who bet I would not be here, you lose. For y'all who bet I would not be here on time, you broke even.
To kick off his set, an old song with a new layer of meaning on the fickleness of show business.
Do you really want to be in show business? The instant high and constant come and go business got you hanging out in places you got no business. And people silly so wanna be in show business, wanna be in show business. All right with me, yeah, all right with me.
In Harlem, New York, where Gil Scott-Heron lives, we sat down with the musician who went missing. Now, I'm going to ask you a really tough, penetrating question.
You might get the same blank you're getting now.
Yeah. It's about your dad playing for Celtic.
Oh yeah. That was a great thing. I've seen clips, you know, and stuff. But that was one of the highlights of his life, I'm sure.
Did any of the magic rub off in terms of footballing ability? Can you kick a ball around?
I can kick ass if I have to.
I believe that.
The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner, because the revolution will not be televised, brother.
Scott-Heron was 21 when he released "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised," a phrase which has since entered the language. His uncompromising message has not been without its cost over the years. Has it maybe hampered your career, do you think?
It's possible. This may do my career a great deal of damage.
May not do me a lot good either.
But at least they didn't see you.
Not yet. But you've never found yourself or heard of yourself being put on a blacklist, for instance, or some record executive saying, you
Nobody
know...
ever shows you the blacklist.
No, but I mean, you might have heard about it.
Yeah, that guy, you know, that black guy, he's on our list. Heard that. Yeah, we were not able to play here anywhere that we wanted to, or our records were taken off the shelves for quite a while. But since I had most of them, I wasn't trying to buy them anyway. No, let me be serious. Yeah, we've had some unhappy moments for what we chose to say, but you see, the Bill of Rights and the things that you pay for with your taxes constantly come up to be things that you have to challenge to make sure that they're still there. And if the right of free speech is truly what it's supposed to be, then anything you say is all right.
Gil Scott-Heron's music has been unusually far-sighted, and his songs about substance abuse have turned out to be horribly prescient of his own terrible decline.
See that black boy over there running scared. His old man in the bottom. First time, he done quit his 9 to 5. He drank full time. Now he's hanging in the bottom.
His song about alcoholism was based on meeting people at his local liquor store who'd fallen on hard times.
And I got so curious, I had to go out there and sit down and talk to them. An ex-physician who had been dumped because he was caught performing abortions.
Helping young girls along.
A school teacher who had somehow juggled her grades to get somebody else promoted that shouldn't have been. An air traffic controller who had made a mistake while he was on duty and run this flight into a mountain. He had 2 Navy jets on his screen and gave the wrong instructions to one of them. He never got over it. Left his office that day and never went back. These were not people whose ambition had been to be an alcoholic. They could have gotten into that career much earlier.
See that black boy over there running scared. His old man got a problem. Who's new?
But there are different kinds of folks out there who get lost that way, and we shouldn't be so judgmental about it.
And you were one of those people, I guess. I mean, you've had your own well-documented problems.
Yeah, I got caught with $20 worth of stuff and did a year and a half. I don't think that turned me into Pablo Escobar.
Did that period affect your music, do you think, the way you saw life?
No, I'm saying that I still had some of the same songs that people wanted. People didn't ask me, well, why don't you play us something from your period when you were in jail? Well, I didn't have a piano. so I didn't write anything. I didn't write any music then. I wrote some poems and some different things because that's what I do. But you're not always on your way to the studio or on your way home from it.
I understand that. So anyone who thinks that you had a serious problem and you were in denial about it has got it wrong.
Well, if I was in denial about it, I woke up every day in jail. I couldn't deny where I was. You might deny some shit when you're on the street, not in jail. I don't have a problem. But I'm saying, when you wake up and you're in the joint, not only do you have a problem, you have a problem with admitting that you have a problem.
Long ago the clock washed midnight away, bringing the dawn, bringing the dawn, bringing the dawn. Oh God, I must be dreaming.
Rumours of a new Gil Scott-Heron album have circulated for a decade or more. Now it's here, or very nearly, thanks to a producer from London.
When I was sitting there drinking beer and trying to start another letter to you, don't know how many times I didn't write again last night.
Well, he was in jail when we first met, and the thing that was unusual about that was he...
Well, the jail.
Yeah. His spirit and his outlook struck me as very intact, despite the circumstances.
Where did?
I was obviously finding the surroundings quite intimidating, and I think that was possibly amusing him slightly. It's a different voice.